Hi, this is just another quick video, and this time I'm going to be talking about Asmodeus and how I work with him and some of the approaches that I make. So Asmodeus is known primarily from the Lesser Keys of Solomon and the Goetia. He's the 32nd demon out of 72, and he's known as the demon of lust. Now, that is partly correct, but Asmodeus is a lot more than that from my experience. So just on some of the basics, I found that Asmodeus is the element of fire when working with him. A lot of people feel that he's the element of air, but I feel that he's much more strongly connected to fire, but that's just my opinion. Because of that, I feel that his direction is south, so I always try and have the altar facing south. Another interesting aspect that I found with Asmodeus is, and this makes it slightly tricky to work with him, but he's absolutely at the strongest and most receptive at around 3 a.m. our time. Obviously that makes it quite difficult, so like tonight I've been working with him and it's around 12:30 in the morning now, my time, so I started work with him about 11 o'clock, but absolutely make sure that you work with him as late as possible and during the nights. In terms of how to approach, if you have a familiar, so from my experience, because I'd done a lot of work with Lilith before I used Lilith as my familiar for the first few times I made contact with Asmodeus, I would suggest doing that. His energy is very, very strong, very overpowering at times, particularly while you physically get used to it and mentally as well. But if you don't have a familiar, make sure that you evoke, not invoke. Invocation is fine, but you need to really build up to that. But that's just my opinion and my experience. He does like offerings, and also commitment and hard work towards whatever you are contacting him for. And that just brings me on to the next topic. So he's famous for lust and passion, but actually from my experience he's also great for love, and he's also great for self-work and empowering yourself, standing up for yourself, having a backbone, so to speak. He's really good at that, but will test you and put you in situations where you either rise to the challenge or you don't. Also very, very good, and I've only done very minor work, and this is for clients, not myself, but very good with things like gambling and that side of finances as well. So very different to Mammon, where you are building an empire, so to speak, or Belial or Belphegor, if you're wanting more sort of immediate earthly pleasures. But Asmodeus is very, very good for assisting with gambling for some reason. Another thing that I've encountered, and I haven't had anybody else mention this, but here I have some dried dandelion. It really seems to help any ritual or spell work with him. If you make a cup of dandelion tea and drink it just before the ritual, so I've actually got 3 cups of it here. I've been drinking a lot of it, but for some reason that really, really helps. And in terms of offerings, he's really, really good. He's really, really fond of the commitment and energy to the work. It isn't particularly about offering chocolates or roses or drinks and things like that. He really likes the energy that you put into the ritual and the energy that you put into yourself as well. That's where the results really come from, and that's where he shines as well. But a slight word of warning: he will often give you a kick up the backside if you're not working as hard as what you should be doing. Anyway, I hope that helps. And if you have any questions or different experiences, different knowledge to myself, please let me know, because these are just my experiences, and despite my relative knowledge in this field, I'm always looking to learn from other people and hear their experiences.